All right. I think we on. All right. We'll wait for everybody to get on the set. I need to some markers. Need you to run to CVS. Give me some markers. Yeah. Take this. Black ones. Not green, not red, not black ones. 2 black ones in the race. All right. What's up, everybody? It's Wealth Wednesday. It's your boy, Dr. David Anderson. You know the flavor, you know the routine. It's 8-ish. As we get it on, I need to connect something right quick. Hold on. Trying to get this Bluetooth thing to go.
Power off. Here.
Okay, I see the problem.
Power off. Here.
Don't you hate that? When the joint pairs to something and then you gotta go find out what it paired to on your Bluetooth device. That's just really bad. But I'm not an entrepreneur.
Connected.
And I can figure it out. I think it's this one.
Here.
I got it. I figured it out. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hook up everybody on the Clubhouse. Sorry. I just need to do this right quick. And then we are on Clubhouse, shout it. Because there's people that want to listen on the Clubhouse line. We'll see. Okay. Welcome. Sign in. Next. Oh, they sent me a text message. Okay, party people in the house. All right, let's go. We on the Clubhouse, at Black Economics on the Clubhouse. So let us know if you want to join in, be a part of the fun, the action, the excitement. We can let folks in on the Clubhouse line if need be or if necessary. Okay, audio quality is high. Ding dong. All right. So tonight, what are we talking about, Dr. Anderson? What's going on with class? Let me see. I'm gonna set this right here, so hopefully it won't fall. All right, so tonight we had a really big major day today in the field. A lot happening. A lot going on. As always, though, if you don't got stuff going on, man, what are you doing? What are you really doing? So today, we hit the radio strong, codec operational, dialing right into the studio. Everything's good. It's a go. We start dealing with the matter of land development, and how, the importance of it, all right? And if you want to listen to the radio show, radio.com has now merged with Audacity, all right? So you can just download the Audacity application, blah, blah, blah. But so the question was posed, a number of people called the radio station, and as I've always been saying, this whole idea that black people are broke is not our idea, right? I'm of the notion that this is a narrative that's being pressed upon us, all right? Some of you have seen the Trillionaire Thursday special that I did at New Birth, which is, it should be online. I know it's on Facebook. We should be loading it onto the YouTube platform so people can share it, blah, blah, blah. But we're not a broke people. So we get on the line and we talk about, the importance of, we talked about a couple of things, but one of the main things that we pressed on this morning was the importance of land ownership, right? The importance of land ownership. And then I gave some secrets to the real estate game as it relates to land ownership. This was a powerful show this morning. If you missed it, you can go back to audacity.com. You can look for WAOK V103 Atlanta, and you can listen to the Rashad Ritchie Morning Show at the 8 o'clock hour, all right? And so in this bit that we did, we gave 3 important keys to the secrets of the real estate game, all right, and the importance of land ownership. So one of them, and it was interesting because as we went through number 1, 2, and 3, people are calling. It's interactive. It's kind of like this Clubhouse line. We're going to see how this Clubhouse line works, all right? But people can literally call in, raise their hand, answer questions. You can get your questions answered live on Wealth Wednesday through the Clubhouse line, just like we do on the radio, all right? Ask Dr. Anderson. But these 3 secrets to the real estate game we broke down on live radio. And one of them was the process of building cash flow. It's the process, you can write this down at home, of building cash flow. To build cash flow is a process, right? You just don't jump out here and start renting out houses and start bringing in income. It does not work like that, right? It's a process. You gotta locate tenant. Well, first of all, you gotta own land, right? Because we're not fooling with no HOAs. We'll get to that later on tonight. Oh my God, the HOA. We'll leave that for later. But you gotta do the process. You gotta go through the process of building cash flow. And so in order to do that, right, you have to develop the land. This is number 2. You have to develop the land. You have to develop the land. So we're talking about the secrets of the real estate game. How come there's people that's getting paid and then, you're fooling around and you're not making any money? What's up with that? We have to go through the process of building cash flow. We have to go through the process of developing the land. And then finally, which we didn't talk about on the radio this morning, is that we have to manage the opportunity. Manage the opportunity, right? So if we're not doing these things, we're not turning on the engine, the cash flow engine. And when people call about, oh, I got a cash cow, I got this going on, I got that going on, right? It's because it was developed. And so when we cut through the radio waves this morning, it was like, yo, stop looking for multifamilies. There's a multifamily conference coming up in July, right? July 24th, Miami, Biscayne Bay. It's gonna be crazy, nuts, right? We'll be down there. I'll be speaking at the Multifamily Investors Network. But one of the main things, and Grant Cardone is down there. He's in Miami. This is his neighborhood. one of the main things that people deal with is that they're like, yeah, I want to get out here and I want to do the real estate thing, and then I want to realize cash flow. I want to do $8,000 a month. I want to do this a month. I want to do that a month. And it's like, yo, to do that, money has to be spent to be able to realize that. Money's got to be spent. And a lot of times, folks don't have the capital, the endurance capital, to really go the distance, to really build up enough cash flow to do different things. And so tonight on the set, we want to kind of come up with ideas and strategies. And we're going to be interactive because we're using this Clubhouse. We'll use the Clubhouse as a means to ask questions. People can jump in on the Clubhouse while you're still watching on YouTube or whatever, and kind of ask questions on the set. We've got it connected so that you can ask questions live on the set. And so the secrets of the real estate game, the process of building the cash flow, the development of the land, and then management of the opportunity, and why these things are so important. So, on the air this morning, when this question came up, I responded. I kind of was like, well, this whole thing about people trying to buy multifamilies, it's really a farce notion. Because honestly, if somebody's making $100,000 a month, right, they're not trying to sell that unless there's a court order forcing them to, right? You got 100 G's coming in every month, 200 coming in every month, 20 coming in every month. You're not pressed. You know what I'm saying? It's every month this money is dropping in your account every month. You're not pressed. So the only reason why it would be sold is if you died, you didn't have a proper estate, your stuff is in bankruptcy court, not by your will, but by, maybe your spouse has to file a bankruptcy, maybe there's a $10 million judgment that's outstanding, and you're like, oh my God, let me protect my cash flow. It's all kind of crazy stuff that happens, issues in life that happen that people don't really, understand or know. And it's like, it forces them to have to let go of these assets. But at the end of the day, you're not buying a cash cow. You're not going online and just buying a cash cow. Like, oh yeah, I'm on LoopNet and I'm just gonna buy this multifamily unit. It's just not going down like that. So, there's people out there that profess that they the multifamily man and the multifamily king, multifamily queen, the multifamily family, the multifamily, G's, the multifamily OGs, the multifamily, dudes, the multifamily dudettes, the multifamily, people. It's all kind of multifamily, stuff going on. But in my opinion, my humble, respectful opinion, like, you got to develop that, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't really play this game like that and not develop it. Because when you develop it, it's yours. You don't have to deal with the issues that might have killed the person before you. A lot of times when we do these multifamily things, these things are attached, right? So what if somebody had a fire, right? Because, people like especially black people in the wintertime, we like to put these heaters in the window, in the door, and all that stuff. Space heaters, you know what I'm talking about. And they just run all day. I'll be leaving the house, space heaters running. Space heaters are running now in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had a space heater running because the air is on, and somebody in the house was like, yo, don't touch the air. So you got the space heater running. This is craziness, right? That's what we do. So, there could be a fire because it's just too much load on the current. And of course, you didn't get the licensed contractor, the licensed electrical master electrician, right? You got your homie to go and hook it up. And so you got a load that's pulling on that line that's really shouldn't be pulling. You got, 1,500 watts, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 watts coming out continuously out of one line. And then y'all got one on the other side of the same circuit. Like, come on, man, stuff is just hot, melting in the lines, fires are starting, stuff's burning down. And this is not speculation. Like, this is stuff that is happening, stuff that I know, stuff that's happening on, like, these things have happened on properties that we own. So this is not speculation going on. So we have to really understand what we're buying. Now, when we're talking about developing this stuff, you got to really, first off, for those of you that are in the multifamily game, right? Another interesting concept is that in the multifamily space, they teach you about doors, right? Grant Cardone and his crew, the multifamily cats, they about doors. You know, even on Clubhouse when you listen and they're like, yeah, you know, we're gonna get these doors. We got 100 doors. We just did a deal, 200 doors. You know, everybody's talking tough. They talking real big. Everybody's doing big deals. Everybody just closed $1 billion deal yesterday. I mean, like, come on, man. There's only 8 billion people in the world. How is everybody doing $1 billion deals? ML Billions is on the Clubhouse. I'm ML Billions. We only do $1 billion deals. Like, stop it. Like, easy. Everybody, easy, man, easy. We're just trying to get the regular guy who might have been flipping houses, buying tax liens, or doing whatever they're doing, and we want to really lay out this whole multifamily game. Okay, this is episode 13 of the 4th installment of Wealth Wednesdays. All right, and we're gonna end it. This installment of this, we will end this on, from my standpoint, the proper way to set up these things. Okay, can you go down to Miami and get with Grant and partner up with him? He loves to partner, and give him $250,000 for him to put you and syndicate you into some major deal that he's doing. Yeah, that's cool, right? But yo, you don't control that, right? You got to get with Cardone Capital and work with them to be able to get stuff done, right? But if you develop your own opportunity because you own the land, okay, now we in a different ball game. You know, we in a different space. And let me say this before I continue. You know, when people are going through these transitional situations, you know, like transition, people are going through transition, the absolute best thing that you could do for the legacy of your family is to settle yourself, to put 2 feet and plant and grow. And listen to me when I say this, man. I mean, real talk, honestly. The Clubhouse line is cool. Everybody's doing big deals. I'm at Blackonomics on the Clubhouse, so just FYI, I'm at BLACKANOMICS. But I run into so many people that's like, yo, I'm excited. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm over here. I'm over there. And it's just like, yo, do you have a mortgage? And it gets quiet. It's like, you know, and I don't even like asking that question anymore because I don't like having to put people in that place. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a mortgage? Well, you know, it's cool. But not having a mortgage, right, will establish you for generations. Listen to me. I gotta say this again. Like, really tap into what I'm telling you. Not having a mortgage will actually allow for you to play the multifamily game. So hear me out. Check this out. Let's say, yo, it all goes away tomorrow, right? Everything. The trucks, the boats, the portfolio. It's like something catastrophic happens. Not to put this on myself, but let's just say it all happens. It all falls apart tomorrow. All right. I got some knowledge, right? How do we play this? What do we do next? Buying land. Somebody say, oh, well, how you gonna buy land and you fell off, Doc? Listen, the prospectus is finally completed. Like you can email it at a drop of a dime, okay? There's 7 years of transactional history showing stuff being bought for $1, $100, $1,000, $1,200, $500. Like, it's crazy. So if you commit to the concept of what we'll call for tonight's episode, the pocket listing, and I'm gonna go through what that is before we get into these different strategies. If we commit to the understanding of the notion of the pocket listing, well, Dr. Anderson, what is the pocket listing? The pocket listing is the mindset, okay? It's a process, and we'll talk about that, but the pocket listing is a mindset. The pocket listing mindset is such, even in an environment where the market is crazy, because like we're listing stuff and stuff's coming off, stuff's going on, off and on, off and on, off and on, all this type of stuff. But even in a market when it's hot, you can still find opportunity, more specifically the real estate arbitrage opportunity. What is that with Dr. Anderson? That means that you can still find property for $5,000 in a $250 price per square foot area, right? That requires an extreme amount of research, and it also requires you to have a lot of focus and energy on finding what it is that you need. And here's one of the keys to this thing. When people say, yo, Doc, somebody called the registry and say, yo, Doc, how do I find the pocket listing, right? And I'm like, yo, just drive around. They're getting upset. They're getting frustrated. I'm not giving you the answer that you actually want. But if you're in a jam, right? You're in a divorce, you're in bankruptcy, whatever, something happened, right? You're in a jam. You start to get on the hunt, and you can look for things that people might not necessarily realize. And here's a tip from your boy on the Wealth Wednesday, right? Here's a real big tip. Big tip is, okay, Doc, I see a property unkept, trees everywhere, right? People are visual. They don't have no vision. The average cat don't got no 20, 30-year vision. The Chinese is planning for the next 100 years. Like, Negroes ain't thinking like that. Some Negroes are, you guys are. But everybody in the community ain't on that, right? They on some, that don't have no value. Why? Because it's got tires, it's got trees, it's unkept, right? They're not looking at the potential, the unrealized potential. Nobody's looking at that, right? And so here's how you realize that. You realize the unrealized potential in these pocket listings, right? By locating the owner of the property. It's a whole nother class, whole nother lesson plan. I'm not getting into skip tracing and geofencing tonight, right? You gotta figure that out, okay? But these people are accessible. Do you gotta get on a plane, fly somewhere out of state? Possibly. Do you gotta drive, maybe 100 miles, 200 miles? Possibly. But you gotta make the connection. It's just like we talked a couple of weeks ago on this whole Frank Wyatt thing. Frank got on a plane, took a boat, and went to go see the man at the Ho Chi Minh City, right? And bought his dope from Vietnam and shipped it back to Harlem, right? On government planes. That's how serious he was about his pocket listings, okay? He went and got it for the low, shipped it back to a market, sold it for 2-3 times the value. Not promoting drug trafficking, but this is the premise of the story for American Gangster, right? So in the pocket listing, the mentality of the pocket listing has to be one where you're making a decision, a decision. The etymology in that is D-I-E, die, and then scission. Something has to die, something has to get cut out. That's what the decision is about, right? You have to make a decision to choose to find the opportunity. You got to make a decision, a decision to locate the opportunity. Then, when you locate the opportunity, because to the regular person, to Joe Blow, to the cats at the barbershop, yo, you bought a lot, okay, how much you get it for? $5,000. Well, where is it located? It's a whole block, a 400 by 100, block, so 650 by 100 block in downtown Atlanta. I mean, unrealized opportunity. Dude selling it was like, hey, it has no value. We looking at 50,000 square feet times $250. It's double digits. It's crazy, okay? So I say that to say, if you can realize a pocket listing, right? Trees everywhere, you gotta do some work. Oh, well, Dr. Anderson, we gotta cut the trees down. We gotta go get this, we gotta go get that. They make a machine, called the PT600. This thing is a forestry mulcher. It looks like a tank, And I mean, I'm sure John Deere or Kubota or Yancey, Cat, somebody got this machine because they sell these machines. So maybe you call Cat, Yancey, Kubota, John Deere and find out, hey, when's the last time y'all sold this PT600 forestry mulcher? Who got one in the last 20, 30 mile radius, 50 mile, 100 mile radius? Who got the PT600 mulcher? Get that guy on the phone and ask the dude, hey, listen, because pocket listings don't necessarily have to be, a whole block. Pocket listings can be 0.02 acres. It could be 0.05 acres, right? Or 0.5 acres, or half an acre, or a quarter of an acre. 0.25 would be a quarter of an acre, all right? So if the forestry mulcher, somebody with a PT600, They're not doing big jobs all day. Like, trust me, people want to talk big talk. They want to talk Hollywood talk. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm making all this money. But listen, they got to pay the note on that machine. And so people who understand that their machine got to keep running every day, or at least on the weekends, right, might be amenable to clearing some pocket lots. So now you can get what we call pocket lot clearance. Oh, well, Dr. Anderson, you got to get, permission from the city to cut trees down. Hey, man, the city closes at 4:30 on Friday. And if you go down there at 3 o'clock, you can't find nobody on a Friday. So you can't have your guy come through on the weekend, Saturday morning, and run that machine all day on a quarter acre. He's going to be done in 4 hours. There's going to be nothing there. This machine takes grown trees, 50 and 100 years old, sucks them in like toothpicks, and spits them out on the bottom into a fine mulch. You could change the settings on it and turn it into sand. Won't be nothing there. Okay? City wants to trip. Hey, you in a pocket listing, when you get a deed and you do the deal, right? It goes by the date that is written in the quitclaim deed. You could do the deal in January, but whenever that damn deed gets down to the deed office and it gets registered, it could be December till it gets registered. We don't know who owned it between January and December. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying if it's a real serious problem about cutting trees, like, the city got to figure that out. It's not your responsibility to help the city figure that out. And somebody came through with a PT 600 and in a half a day, the whole lot was flat. It's ready for development. Some grading was done at the same time. Hey, I don't know nothing about that. This is the deed. It's on the book. I don't know who cleared it. Maybe the previous owner cleared it for me because we were buying it. But that's not have nothing to do with me. Ta-da! I'm just saying. We got to get into the mindset of the pocket listing, right? Pocket listing is not something that's going to be easily handed to you, right? The pocket listing might have some encumbrances to the title, right? There might be some stuff floating out there. There might be some liens that you got to chill on for 7 years, right? That unless you're going to quiet the title, there might be some stuff out there that, you got to chill out on, But it's all good because you still own this land. And if you get good with the pocket listings, and being good with a pocket listing means that you're able to find these listings or these opportunities in areas that is $250 and up. I'm talking about $250 or at least $200 price per square foot. Because now, if you got a quarter acre, and do check your zoning requirements, because in Atlanta, they just changed some rules, and we're using Atlanta as a benchmark because obviously this is where we're broadcasting from. Everybody might not be able to build on a quarter of an acre. We got new rules now where you can build something called an ADU, which is a additional dwelling unit on like 0.1. You know what I'm saying? Like an eighth of an acre, you can put a structure on. You can put a tiny home, a container home, or an ADU within the city of Atlanta proper. So you need to check your kind of zonings on this. But this strategy, you can, an average house, a townhouse can fit on a half an acre. So most pocket listings are going to be an acre, half acre, whatever. And so if you're on the hunt for this pocket listing, right? You're on the hunt. You come up on something. You might get it for whatever, $1,000. Some old person is tired. They had dreams of building something, never got around to it because life happened. They didn't have the proper, infrastructure, proper team. They didn't know the proper contacts, so they missed out on the opportunity. But they see you coming, right? They see the eye of the tiger. And this is the most, I'm not gonna say most important, but this is a very important piece to this, right? What people call all day, right? Trying to skip trade, they call the office, they be calling my dad, they be calling my mom, they call my family, they be trying to, talk, I want to talk about the property on such and such and such. They don't know what's going on. They calling me like, yo, you own this? Somebody call me about this. Dad, don't worry about that. So I'm saying all this to say that I don't take calls over the phone. Cold calls, I don't deal with. Like you got to roll up, you got to figure out where I'm at, and you got to come and, you know, make a direct ask. And I'm gonna tell you something. If I don't see that you got this eye of the tiger, you know what I'm saying, that look like, yo, I'm coming through. It's the Chikara, what's her name? I forget the sister's name. Daniels, sister that just won. She getting ready to go to Tokyo. Hopefully we can go to Tokyo and see her run at the Olympics. This chick got the eye of the freaking tiger. Like she know she gonna win on the line. She ran number 5, smoked everybody. And then didn't really pick up speed until she kind of relaxed into her. It's crazy, man. So I don't do business with people who don't got that look. If you don't got that eye of the tiger, like, why should I sell to you? Like, it's like people forget, it's a privilege to own and it's a privilege to grant. That's why I say grantor, grantee. It's a privilege, right? And for people who are landowners, you know, this, I don't want to say there's a lot of discrimination that goes on, but I'm not selling to nobody that don't got that look. You know, like, you want to know that this person is going to go and take whatever it is that you were trying to do to another level. And if they don't got that hunger, that gangster proclivity, that chikara, they don't got that, like, forget about it. Like, what are we talking? We're wasting our time. So folks need to be able to have that, you know what I'm saying, that eye of the tiger. That's a critical component to the pocket listing, to success in the negotiation of a pocket listing, right? So in this space, right, of these pocket listings, you want to be able to identify opportunity. How do you identify opportunity? Well, we only go into zip codes that got $200, $250, $300 price per square foot. Well, Doc, how do I figure that out? Well, it's basic mathematics, right? We got to be able to subtract and add, right? So whatever Zillow's saying, $300,000, and then whatever the livable square feet is, you divide the livable square feet by the asking price, and that gives you the price per square foot, okay? So just put that formula, you know, on the side. Price per square foot, 200, 250, 300, 350, cool. Find that zip code and just take the weekend. You know what I'm saying? We spend a lot of time in these barbershops on the weekend. A lot of time, like, shouldn't no real estate investors be getting their hair done on a Saturday in the summertime? Like, I'm keeping, like, whenever it's boating season, I keep my hair low because I don't got time to be sitting in the chair shooting the breeze, although the homie Herb is the man. I don't have that kind of time. They know that. They're not going to see me in the summertime. From May 15th, boating season starts till November 15th. I'm not going to be in that chair getting my hair cut, wasting 2-3 hours of my life. On a Saturday, come on. That is the golden hour for real estate agents, real estate brokers, people looking, people buying, people selling, and investors on the hunt. Ladies, come on, man. Biggest hair day of your life is Saturday. I mean, you're sitting in the chair, they put in the lye in there, right? Burning all of the edges. I get it, I understand. But, yo, do the cornrow thing, right? I know some sisters that's so serious about doing business, they cut their hair off too. They was like, yo, I don't have time for this. Fast shouts out to Shelby J. She keeps the baldy, and she don't got no cancer or nothing like that. She rocks the baldy because she's not trying to pay money to support the weave industry. Fast shout outs to you, Shelby J. So I say all this to say, like, that Saturday morning cartoon time, that G.I. Joe time, that Bruce Lee time, right? That needs to be converted into pocket listing time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that needs to be converted into the time that you spend looking for the pocket listing. Physically, not online, not on Zillow, not on, you know, the Google Earth Live. Yo, Doc, I got Google Earth Live. Listen, get in the car, drive around, meet some people. You know what I'm saying? Who owns this? Well, you know, Mr. Johnny owns it. I hadn't seen them in years. You know what I'm saying? They moved back to Chicago. Da-da-da-da-da. You got a number on them? No. But you can look it up downtown. Of course you can look it up downtown. People give so much misinformation. Nobody knows nothing. But it's on the record. Like, how hard is it in the information age, how hard is it to locate who's on the record? Like, seriously, people, come on. Like, you can't go to the assessor's office and type in the address and get the last owner of the record and just call, and go and just call that person? Like, seriously, we can't just do that. Oh, when I called the number, it didn't work. Okay, you might have to go to that last known address. And then you might have to knock on some doors. You might have to ask some questions. Like, this is not going to be handed to you. If somebody buys a multifamily and they get an automatic cash flow, this stuff that Grant Cardone is preaching, listen, let me be honest with you. Grant Cardone at Cardone Capital is raising millions of dollars, right? If you're spending $5 million, $10 million, $20 million on a multifamily transaction, you're supposed to be getting $1 million, $2 million, $500,000 a month. Like, come on. But I'm talking about people who are trying to figure out how to even get into that game. Dude, like, people start talking about multifamilies, I'm like, yo, I need $500,000. We want to have the multifamily conversation. I need $500,000 because, and this is the thing. Hold on a second. $500,000. Dr. Anderson, what's that for? Well, $5 million. They need 10% down. You want to be Big Willie and play this multifamily game. You got to put up the bread. You want to be the boss. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, right? So we got to dial this back just a little bit. And you know, there's some of y'all that got that. Y'all call the office. Y'all be like, yo, I got this. This is what I'm working with. Cool, no problem. We can play the multifamily game. But for the most part, you know, 80% of y'all, let me say like maybe 60 to 70% of y'all might not be able to play the multifamily game on that level because you don't have those assets in place. And so all I'm trying to do is to assist you with a strategy that can help you to develop the cash flow that you need to be able to play that game. So the pocket listing piece is critical because now that allows you to identify the opportunity. I already told you about development, right? Bible says to possess the land. So we already understand what we got to do. We got to possess. And then furthermore, it says to subdue, huh? So we got to deal with that. We always talk about possess the land, possess the land, possess the land. But ain't nobody talking about subjugation. I mean, there's a lot of subjugation that can go on with a basic lawnmower and a pole saw, man. You should be able to clear a lot with a, like, pole saw. Even if you don't know how to get down with a chainsaw, it's like, oh, that's dangerous work. It's dangerous if you don't put yourself in harm's risk. Like, if you need to clear some material on your lot and you can't put your hands around it, you don't need to be cutting it. If you can't take your two hands and put it around the tree, if it gets bigger than that, yo, you might want to get somebody else to help you with that. You might want to get somebody who has knowledge of that. But a pole saw, I mean, I'm talking about 10-inch, 12-inch pole saw. They got electric pole saws now. You can get a pole saw which would allow you to put an extender on it and pull it out and cut, make your incisions and cut, and you can watch the tree, you can watch the material go down, you can watch it get cleared, right? So it don't have to be all of this, oh, I gotta get land development, I gotta get somebody to come in. It don't gotta be all of that. It could be something very simple. It could be something very, easy to do. It doesn't have to be difficult. But, that's into the subjugation. We gotta possess the land, then we gotta subdue it. Possess the land, subdue it, right? So we got that. We understand the pocket listing opportunity. If not, put a question on the board when we get to the question and answer session. Well, actually, if you're not clear on anything that I'm talking about, we can address it right now as we continue to move forward. But I want to get into this process a little bit deeper because a lot of people are like, yo, I want to learn how to do this. And I'm kind of like, yo, I'm telling y'all how to do it. Like, are you not watching Wealth Wednesday? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm putting out solid content on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? And my stuff is official. You know what I'm saying? I got people in the street catching me like, yo, I watched the Wealth Wednesday. I'm making money. Thank you. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. So it has to get into the mindset. We putting it on the line. So if your mindset is not, I'm going to go get this. If your mindset is, I'm unsure, I don't know how this works. Like, this is your innate responsibility as a human to own land and to subdue it. Like, that's why we're here, right? This is why we're here. We're here to, food, clothing, shelter. We're here to procreate. We're here to have abundance. Like, this land is part to that. It's party to that whole game. So anyway, pocket listings, we got it. You know how to identify, you know what to look for. Boom, 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 boom. Dr. Anderson, there's big trees on it. Yo, find somebody with the PT 600. Well, I don't know anybody. Yo, figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do everything for you. Like when I go to the bathroom and I gotta go take a whiz, like, I'm not asking y'all to hold my joint while I'm whizzing. Like, it just doesn't happen like that. Like, I handle my own business. I'm not talking to people at the pump. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm out. I'm not having conversations. We're not talking about Wealth Wednesday at the pump and all of that. It's my business. I'm handling it. That's how you gotta handle it. You gotta handle your business, right? So some people will handle their business, some people won't. Some people will get into this game and be like, yo, I want it. And then, you gotta go clear out a lot. It's like, I thought I wanted it, but I really don't want it. And in that process, man, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure out if this is really something you wanna do. Now, there's another notion, another school of thought. Well, hire someone else to do it. Yo, if you don't have 20 racks, right? Because that's the going rate per acre on or about. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking grading, I'm talking prep work, all of that. They're about $25,000. Land clearance game is crazy. It's cold. So if you don't got something going on, maybe you can get an equipment loan for the $500,000 to get that PT 600 on the street. I'm just saying, you run the machine on the weekends, it's done. You on to the next thing. I don't know who cut that grass. It wasn't me. I don't know what happened. It was trees there the other day. Now they're gone. I don't know. This thing mulches the material down on the spot. Trees that was here for 100, 200 years, they done. It's salt on the ground. It's ready to be built. The essays come in, lay the concrete with the little bobcat, and it's done. Now, they got a 3D printing machine, right, that you can set up, and then mix the concrete on site and run the pour, and now you got a foundation, at least a slab, ready to put the containers on, tiny home on, whatever you're trying to do. It's crazy. Stuff's getting done in a weekend. Trees got cut on Saturday, foundation got poured Sunday afternoon. Monday morning, it's like, yo, what's up? It's a house here. What happened? I don't know. You got to talk to the guys. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything. So I say all this to say, this subjugation part, this pocket listing part is very critical, man. Understanding how all of this works is very critical. Now, this next part to this is what we call the development of the cash flow, okay? So when we get into this development of the cash flow game, we got to have knowledge on, locating the land, blah, blah, blah. We got to have knowledge on developing the land. We got to have knowledge of management of the land. We're going to get to that. But the process of the cash flow, you got to first select how your cash flow is going to come, okay? And now there's this new concept, it's not going to say it's new, but there's a concept that's being played where people have come to the notion that they don't necessarily have to own the asset to generate the cash flow. So I'm a big ownership of asset dude, right? I'm this dude. I want to own everything. Well, I don't want to own everything, but I want to own the things that I need to deal with, right? I don't like going through all these other channels trying to get stuff done. I don't like that. So we'll call this one the leverage asset, right? These are assets that we don't necessarily own. And this is the owned asset. Okay. Now, to get to the space of the owned asset, you might have to leverage some assets, okay? So, what am I saying? Let's start with Turo. This is for folks who might not own real estate at this time, but have an aspiration to own real estate, okay? What can you do? We're gonna put a few things on the board. I'll put Turo on the board. We'll put Airbnb on the board. We'll put PadSplit on the board. We'll also put Swimply on the board. Oops. We'll also put Neighbor on the board. And then we'll also put, PadSplit, Swimply, Neighbor. We'll just deal with these 5. Okay, this is cool. All right, so Turo. What is Turo? All right, we all have cars. Hopefully, you all have a car. Very interesting. We talked about this on the radio this morning. A gentleman called in, and he was thanking, Rashad and the Intercom and the whole Wealth Wednesday crew for the information, because he heard something on the radio a couple of weeks ago and was like, yo, I got a car, I'm gonna put it on the Turo. What is Turo? So during the pandemic, a lot of the car companies sold off their fleet by 2/3. Avis, Hertz, all of them. A lot of them sold a lot of the fleet. Half to 2/3 of the fleet got sold during the pandemic because wasn't nobody driving, all right? So those cars are gone, and now when people are trying to buy or rent, right, they can't recapture that inventory because it's been sold. So people are flying into Atlanta, they can't get rental cars. You can't even get a rental car. Rental cars are gone. They ain't even coming back. So it's created this opportunity for individuals to list their rides that they might have on Turo, okay? And so Turo, on average, is paying somewhere between, $99 and $150 for the car per day, depending on what day it is. If it's the weekend, you get more. It's Monday through Thursday, you probably get $99. It also depends on the type of car it is. All right, so now you might have a couple of cars sitting in your yard, kind of like me, and it's like, all right, these cars are sitting here, and they're not really bringing in any dough. So Turo has a methodology in terms of how they quantify value on, what can be actualized, what can be realized. And so let's just take $99 times 24 days. That's $2,300. They get a cut. So let's just say the car can bring in $2,000 a month. And what if you got 3 or 4 cars out there? Okay, so we got 4 cars on the road. That's 8 G's a month times 12 months, $96,000 a year. So 4 cars can literally bring you on Turo $96,000 a year. Put a pin in that. Airbnb. We know on Airbnb, we got homies out there doing $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. They don't even own real estate. What they're doing is they're doing their due diligence, doing their research, finding out the popping areas where everybody want to be at, locating, apartment complexes, doing leases with them, and they're getting $150 a night. Easy. Okay? Do the math on that. Airbnb's model says that on 24 days, which is the model that they're running on, $150 a night. It's another $3,600 a month times 12, $43,000. And these guys got 4 or 5 different, Airbnbs going. Okay, so just with 2 Airbnbs going, that's another $86,000 annually on the $150 model on average $150 per night, 24 nights. That's if you're booked every night. Now you gotta accommodate for no books, no shows, cancellations, and all this other type of stuff. But you'll make those back if you're in good areas on the weekends when everything's sold out and you can't get no hotels. So between Turo and Airbnb, we already on, $200,000 a year status. Not done yet. PadSplit, which I'm probably about to become an unofficial spokesperson for, or maybe an official one, we'll just see. But PadSplit ideology is different from Airbnb's ideology. Airbnb is saying, hey, we'll rent the whole house, we'll give you $150 a night for the whole house. That's the Airbnb model. And it works. I mean, it works for travelers, it works, in different situations or whatever. But then there's this other model, right? It's an affordable housing solution, especially in areas like Atlanta, where the model then becomes, hey, it's not just about the whole house, it's about every room in the house. It's the rooming game, the rooming house game, right? And so PadSplit is like, yo, we give you $210 a month for that room right there. Now, if you figuring out how to, break down rooms, like if you're in the business of turning 2 bedrooms into 4 bedrooms, something we doing right now as we broadcast this show, right? And you got 10 of those out there in the field. Now the game is a little bit different, and we'll have to calculate it a little bit differently. So again, you got 4 units, 2 bedroom condos that you've turned into 4 rooms, times, listen to this, 10. That's 40, right? And let's say you don't get 210 on each one. Let's say you settle at 175, right? Because it's different areas, higher, lower, blah, blah, blah. That's 7 G's a week. 7 G's a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. $364,000. Ding dong on the PadSplit. This is no ownership. This is what we call leveraged assets. Well, Dr. Anderson, how you going to get 4 bedrooms out the 2 bedroom? Hey, listen, you got a lease. As long as you got the lease for PadSplit, you could turn around and, put it on the PadSplit. I got beds. They're looking for beds. There's no beds in Atlanta. I'm not done yet. Swimply, right? Now, this is a whole different ball game. This is the pool game. So a lot of people got pools and they don't really use their pools, right? So you can go in the neighborhood and look for people who have pools and make lease agreements with those people. It's like, hey, listen, you're not using your pool, your kids are grown, ain't nobody, you don't want to pay the pool man for the pool, the $5,000 a month during the pool season. You don't want to pay that or whatever, the $2,500, depending on how big your pool is. Maybe you go and clean the pool. And instead of them paying you, right, you keep the pool clean, you manage the pool, and you do the scheduling, right, on the weekends for the Swimply. And all you got to do is get these people to sign it. So hey, listen, here's the new leverage point. Oh man, this is hot. New leverage point is during the 26 months out of the year, you go out and you manage these pools. Let me show you how that game goes down. So now we got pool management going on, right? People paying $100 an hour for the Swimply, right? On Saturdays, you might be able to rent, let's say people ain't gonna stay in the pool more than 8 hours. So let's say give it 8 hours on Saturday and potentially noon to 6 on Sunday. So another 6 hours on Sunday. So you have an opportunity to do, let's just call it 15 hours, right? You can rent 15 hours on the weekends, one pool. 15 hours times $100 an hour, $1,500 a weekend. What if you got 10 pools in the area that you controlling? Ding dong, $15,000 a week, managing other people's pools, and you not owning it. $15,000 a week times 12, 180 grand, right? This is all management. I'm not done yet. They got this new joint. This is just the first 5. I'm putting something together that has 101 opportunities like this. It's crazy. stay tuned. Neighbor.com is stone cold. Because what Neighbor is saying is, hey, if you in this right area, right, we're gonna take the backyard area and we're gonna put storage facilities in the back for people to come and they can store their stuff. So let's say you got 15 of these 10 by 10s in the back, 15 times whatever, $200 a month is what they're paying. That's another $3,000 a month, right? So now you're getting another $3,000 a month, and oh, wait a minute, you're managing 10 of these. So that's $30,000 a month times 12, $360,000 on neighbor.com. And all you're doing is making sure that people are putting their stuff in there and they're paying every month. And now they got boxes on Alibaba that you could just swipe your card, and if you don't pay, it locks the box. They can't get their stuff. They don't come get their stuff. You sell it. Nuts. So let's tally all of this up. This is just the first 5. This is not the whole 101. Okay? The first 5. From the bottom up, we got $360,000 potentially on 10 sites for Neighbor. You got $180,000 on 10 sites with Swimply, pools that you're managing, you don't own. You got another $64,000 on Pad Split. We've already at the $900,000 mark. You get another $86,000 from Airbnb and another $96,000 from Turo. This is 1.8 million or 08. 1.08 million. And hasn't nobody put no money up to buy no real estate. Now, if you are able to figure this out, this is going to require a team, a managerial team, right? Because you know this, business is a team sport, and you're crazy if you're out here doing all of this by yourself and you're not at least putting together a team of real estate professionals and other people that have an interest in getting down like this. You crazy if you're doing this on your own, right? You can't do this by yourself. You gotta have a team. You gotta have a dope team of real estate professionals or whatever kind of professionals you have. You gotta have a team of people behind you to pull this stuff off. But get this, Grant Cardone's talking tough. He talking about, yeah, he's on the Clubhouse right now talking crazy. Yo, you gotta have what, $750,000? You gotta be an accredited investor to talk to him, right? But wait a minute. You really want to play that game, you really want to play the multifamily game, you want to go to the multifamily conference and be the big man at the bar, right? This is what you're doing. You practicing leveraged assets, huh? And now this 1.8 or 1.08 can be invested into this. Because like if you're trying to figure it out now, you don't need to be spending no $1 million. Remember, this is 1.08. That means you could take that 0.08, that $80,000, live real good, and save that $1 million. Now you got the $1 million to come and buy, right, these 10 locations and pocket listings in these exact areas, right? And you build the units to be able to not only just do Airbnb on one side, but Pad Split on the other, right? Because see, Airbnb, when people ain't traveling because there's a pandemic, right, then the Pad Split is in demand, right? When people are traveling and Airbnb is in demand, you know, then you can convert some of them Pad Splits to Airbnb. You just keep playing the game. It's like either way, if the market's up or down, you still winning. And then in the back of the unit, let's put this on the board. Since people are visionaries and they can't really see the vision, right? We gotta take the blinders off. That's what Wealth Wednesday does. We take the blinders off. So this whole backyard is neighbor.com. These are the boxes. You're getting $200 a box on that, right? $200 a box. Show me the money. $200 a box. Killing them tonight. Then this right here, oh, wait a minute. We need parking. Why? Because right here come the containers. You know what it is. We got 6 containers, right? This is a bedroom. This is a bedroom. Airbnb on one side, Pad Split on the other. It's just like Burger King and McDonald's, right? So we got that game going. Oh, we got to get the pool in the back because we got to get that Swimply money. So we putting the pool in the back. People coming over, they using the pool. You got Neighbor going, you got Swimply going, you got Airbnb and the Pass Split. Oh, wait a minute. The people at the Airbnb need a car. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars on the lot. Wait, we can push the envelope. We can put 2 more, that's 10 cars there. All of this is happening on a 50 by 100 lot, okay? That you got from a pocket listing. This is a pocket listing. Come on, people. Pocket listing. Come on, man. Oh, but Dr. Anderson, I had a divorce. Yo, man, come on with that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry it didn't work out, right? But like, yo, come on, man. This girl just ran. She's an Olympian at this point, right? From the hood, got the yellow hair, blazing them. She set a world record in time for women's track and field in United States history. Her mama just died 2.5 weeks ago. Mama just died. Biological mother gone. That's why she was hugging her grandma when she won. She was just all up in her grandma's arms, and grandma was like, baby, I love you. Okay? Shakara ain't no joke. She won it. She got the eye of the tiger. Yo, crazy, right? She wants it. She didn't let adversaries and all this other stuff stop her from her goal. She's very clear on what she came to do. She came to handle the business. This is what we got to do. We can't just say, oh, I'm doing Airbnb. People killing me with this. Like, you're doing something. It's not enough for us to just do one thing, yo. We got to start building these properties to do all of this stuff. We got to get the Airbnb money. We got to get the Pass Split money. We got to get the Swimply money, the Neighbor money, and the Toro money. Because if you're getting that kind of money, right, now this is going to increase because you don't have to pay to borrow this stuff. You done drop the money, you own everything. And actually, this number goes up. Because if you own 10 of these sites, if you're able to build 10 of these sites with this $1 million, this goes to $10 million. See, you can make $1 million using other people's stuff, but when you own it, it's $10 million. I'm just saying, man. This is how we got to start thinking. This is all from a pocket listing. All from a pocket listing. It's just one pocket listing. And finding out, where the other pockets are and building on those lots, man. It's not rocket science. But we got to get a plan on how we're going to actualize all this. All this sounds great on Wealth Wednesday on the whiteboard until you go and try to actually pull this stuff off. And you start running into problems, right? So you got to sit down, you got to plan it out, and you got to really think about how you're going to do this. How are you going to leverage someone else's assets to get some real paper so that you can invest in your own and own your own, man? Like, come on, they got people doing classes on Airbnb, how you can make money on Airbnb. We already know how you can make money on Airbnb. Get the lease, list it on the website. The people call, clean it up, send the cleaning people in there, next person books. It's simple. In fact, you don't even have to do it. You can pay somebody else to. There's people out here who love to do this stuff. So they wake up in the morning, it's all they want to do. Airbnb, Pass Split, Swimply, Neighbor. They want to manage stuff, right? Cool, let them manage it. Make them feel good, make them feel important. You got other stuff to do. You got 10 of these in a certain zip, 30318, 30314, 10, 11. You're just like, come on. You're not worrying about paying the light bill at the condo. Like, what are you talking about? Life's good. So this is the process, right? When we talk about what we're talking about tonight, this is the process of developing the cash flow, okay? We're talking about cash flow development. We ain't just talking about, oh, you gotta own an apartment. Yo, you gotta own an apartment, that's nice, but you gotta own the land. See, if you don't own the land, you can't put no pool in the ground. You don't own the land, you can't park no cars Like HOA ain't having you have 10 cars out here like that. You know, you got 10 cars like that, yo, this is your land, you own it. Ain't nobody coming to you like that. Unless you're in an HOA community. Speaking of HOA communities, we'll talk about that later on tonight. So before we move on, is everybody clear on this? Like, do we have any questions as to like, you know, if you're clear on what we're talking about tonight? Let's get some feedback on what people are thinking, what people are asking. You know, if there's, you know, information that you got some comments out here. Let's read these comments. My man Willie Smith says he bought a brand new tractor last year at 35 horsepower. It's a beast. Dope. I'm not familiar with the Mahindra tractor, but it sounds like you're clearing some lots. So good luck to you, Willie Smith. Give him some horns on fire in the comments. Timothy Freeman, Dr. Anderson, I'm so glad you're out here teaching. I'm also glad that you're rocking with Brother Richie. I'm a simple country boy with a decent mind, and I'm going to catch up with y'all in a quick minute. Thanks, bro. Timothy Freeman. Hey, man, there's nothing simple about the black man. You know what I'm saying? In fact, the next t-shirt we come out with, it's going to say complex. Just wear the complex t-shirt. We complex, man. We not simple. But I feel you, and yo, I support you. I salute you, my brother Timothy Freeman. I'm watching you instead of the Hawks game. Oh, man, the Hawks are playing tonight. Oh, my God, we got to cut this short. Yikes. But I'm still sad about the Knicks. But, yo, Trae Young wants it. Trae Young wants it, man. This dude is just, he's balling with no fear. Unreal. The eye of the tiger. Young people got the eye of the tiger. This girl Shakara's running like she wants it. This dude, Trae Young, and I mean, yo, they going to give the Bucks a run for their money. I'm sorry. Giannis, crazy. Zuberi Douglas, my brother from another mother. Y'all my only child, but I got some brothers out there. Zuberi, Darrell Cora, Leroy Weber. Yo, man, I love y'all. Wherever y'all are at in the world, I love y'all, man. William Walls, my other brother. Hey, Will, we about to get... Whew. Did you see John Ayub's response? Cold-blooded. Yo, I had to sign the verification. They said oral arguments coming in the next 2 weeks. John is extremely confident we could potentially win. Yo. I'm like, yo. Oh, and Sandra Tedford said we're going to do the Knowledge Drop Tour in Boston in December. The dates are coming. We'll talk about that later on in the show. Yes, we are complex. Facts. Zuberi Douglas said, facts, son, facts, complex, not simple. Mary Austin's watching. What's up, Mary Austin Forte? All right, cool. So that's all my people on the Fed book. Let me hit my folks on the gram. See what y'all talking about. Yo, Soul Messiah. We going back in the time. Morris Brown, Atlanta, severally back. Oh, they calling me back out. Yikes. They calling your brother out. Oh, they got the video. What? They got video with me and Jermaine Dupri. Yo, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Soul Messiah. Oh, you can't make this up. Yo, this is crazy. Hold on. They just texted to me. I gotta show this to you. So, yo, back in the day, right? Back in the day. Hold on. Let me get this back here. How do you do this? Let me share this with y'all, because y'all hear me talking about this, but then it's like nobody sees this. So, oh, there's Andre 3000. This is crazy. There go Big Boy. And then Dre. It's Outkast is in the house. This was Morris Brown. And, man, hold on 1 second. How do we get... Oh, there's Dre. See there? Andre 3000. Back in the day. Morris Brown College. Nuts. Let me see if we can rerun this again. All right, so here, look. This is Jermaine Dupri. I was working with Social Death for a quick minute. You see that's JD. All right? This is me right here with the feline on. I'm talking smack just like I'm doing right now. I'm playing in this celebrity basketball game with my man Soul Messiah right here. And, of course, you can see here, for some of y'all, here come Outkast. There go Andre Benjamin, 3000, and Big Boy. Anyway, there's a big reunion for Morris Brown College, so they're like, yo, we going back in time, Morris Brown, Atlanta celebrity basketball games. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe they had the footage. Nuts. All right, we got to play again. Let me respond to this and we'll get back into this. We got to play again. Forgot all about this. Done a lot of stuff. Forgot about this. Crazy. All right, so anyway, on the gram, for y'all that's on the gram, we'll holler at y'all, see how y'all are doing. And then let me hit y'all on the questions and answers on the YouTube. That's wild, man, that people can just pull your life up and be like, yo, share. Crazy. Can't nobody say, yo, it didn't happen, right? All right. Blessed Norma. Hey, family. Peace. Quintessential peace, Dr. Anderson. Here y'all go with these Knicks again. Calvin Maddox. My Negro. Yo, Knicks and Nets got thumped, Doc. I don't like the Nets. That's not really New York because it was Jersey, and Jersey smells real bad. Only thing good about Jersey is Teaneck, and that's where my grandfather's from. I'm sorry, Nicole, if you're watching. And so, yo, people from New York is like the Nets. Jay-Z bought them to Brooklyn, sold them. You know, it's like, come on. I mean, KD played well, but he's getting old. I'm just saying. He lost to the younger cats. They had more spunk. He got tired. He gave it his all. Salute, KD. Daryl Wilson. Who? Where are they? Crystal clear. Talk about the highest and best use. Highest and best use. That's what we're talking about tonight, Norma. Highest and best use. All it requires is to sit down, you know, a step back, and just, yo, what's the highest and best use on the land? And it's like we're not having that conversation. We're just not. And this is how I know that we're not, because when we brought up the conversation of highest and best use on the radio, people started losing their mind. Let's get into this. Continuing on the vein of our lesson plan tonight, while we were on the air, sorry about that. Hopefully everything else is good. My people on the Clubhouse. Poor connection. All right, everything should be back up and running. .5G connection. Come on, Clubhouse. All right, so we back on. Okay, so sorry about that pause for the cause. We got it worked out. Yeah, we need to get that. Figure that one out. Okay, we're talking about the Knowledge Drop Tour. Put this on the board. Knowledge Drop Tour. Did they give you the eraser?
No, I got you.
All right. So here's the deal. We July is gonna be kind of like a month that we get ready for. No, like an eraser.
Oh, I ain't got no reason.
All right. July is gonna be like a reset month. You know, there's not a whole lot of tax liens going down. We are trying to realize we're in the process of doing this ourselves right now. We're running around. Just realizing our assets. We got a lot of assets out in the field. We got a lot of carrying costs. We're just reworking our stuff. But the game drops August, September, October, November, December. Everything I've been talking about on Wealth Wednesday is going down August, September, October, November, December. So we got to get ready for that. So, you know, we did this little thing with George Frazier and Michael Roberts and Renika Lightborn over at Atlanta IRA. It got crazy. Not even that guy got crazy. It was dope. A lot of good response on it. People want us to bring that beat back. All right. So on Wealth Wednesday, you guys are the first to hear of the dates on this Knowledge Drop Tour. Reveal Wealth. Knowledge Drop Tour 2021, Reveal Well. All right, Dr. David Anderson and friends. So we hit New York. We hitting two spots in New York. We hitting downtown Brooklyn, and we're hitting the Marriott in downtown Brooklyn near the bridge, and then we're hitting the Times Square Marriott at 34th Street. Major Laser, October 2021. Stupid. Then we're going down to Philly to the Marriott across the street, I believe, from the City Hall. We'll be there in Philly in September. Then we're going to Washington, D.C. to the Marriott across the street from the Convention Center. I think that's on 9th, Marriott Marquis on 9th in D.C. Norm Jenkins Hotel, that's going to be crazy. Then we're going to Charlotte, North Carolina in November. We'll hit the Marriott downtown for Tryon, downtown Charlotte. And then in Atlanta, we'll be at the Marriott, the Airport Marriott at Best Road in December. And we're working on Boston. I don't know if we're gonna do Boston in January, top of the year. We'll see, but we black stuff. You live, we good. So, the whole project is black, right? The developer's black, the brokerage firm is black, the financier is black. We put all of this stuff together. It was like, I made some calls, we put it together, we ready to go. So this is the real opportunity. It's in South Fulton, which is the blackest city in the country, right? It's the blackest blackety black town ever. The dude that I guess introduced Umar Johnson suggested that South Fulton County, the 7 cities in South Fulton County ought to collectively make the blackest city in America. So for some people who are conscious, we're talking about consciousness, right? Not the King Kong of consciousness, so-called Umar Johnson. We're talking about real consciousness, right? People who choose to own and purchase land from another person who happens to look like them. People who want to, leverage their credit to purchase, to buy mortgages or use the mortgage to be able to build their house from scratch. There's no inventory on the market right now. 0, right? And why buy a house that somebody else lived in for 20 years that you got to go figure out what's wrong with the house, right? I'm doing that now. I got to break everything down to the studs and look for the cracks and fix the mold and all this stuff because somebody else had the house for 20 years and didn't do no work, right? So you got an opportunity right now. We're creating this opportunity where you can buy black, right? You literally can buy black land, have a black builder build your blackety black house in a blackety black city of Atlanta in South Fulton County, blackety black, 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 blackety black, black. Hotep, my brother. Hotep, my sister. So anyway, if you're interested, we want you to call the office, 888-755-5105. You can press option 2. You can call right now, press option 2, and ask for the broker of record, Ms. Nicole Jennings, and just say, hey, listen, I want to keep it black. I want to live in Blacktown, right? I want to buy black. I want my neighbors around me to be black so I don't got to worry about, crosses burning in my yard. You might have to worry about your door getting kicked in and they stealing your TV, but, I would rather that than somebody coming and burning a cross in front of my yard. I can handle coming in the back door, trying to get the TV. We can handle that, you know what I mean? The cross, I don't want to see all that. So anyway, for those of you that want to keep it black, you're looking for new construction, we got some great and awesome designs. And we're taking interested people only to this site so that you can make some decisions on where you want to raise your family, right? So it's already developed. It's not like it's nowhere. It's already an already developed subdivision. There's comps in the area. I think the price per square foot is somewhere between $150, $175 per price per square foot. We're looking at building 1,800 to 2,500 square feet of townhome space. It's an option. You know, you're talking about maybe $275,000 to $325,000 product. And Synovus Bank has, all right? So you just got to press the button. All right, so yeah, young people are learning, so gotta let them learn. All right, man. So if y'all want to do this, let us know. Do we have any people that are saying they want to do this? Because if there are people that are saying not yet.
Winning
Okay.
in Detroit is asking you if Synovus land in Michigan. I'm sure they.
I don't know if they land in Michigan. I know they land in Georgia, shout it. But yeah, I don't know. You know, this bank's everywhere. You just gotta go build it. Everything is relationship building. Norman, you know this. Business is about relationships. If you don't got relationships, you don't have any business being in business. Norman. That's my George Fraser impression. So, I mean, you know, go to the bank, tell them what you got. I called the bank, I was like, yo, I got 16 lots, what's up? They showed up. They pulled up to the Sprinter with the developer. I was like, yo, what's up? This is what we're offering. So tell the bank what you got. Have some intelligent conversation with the bank, my sister, because the bank is in the business of lending money to the conscious community so they can get the interest on the loan payments. You know how that goes, right? Keep it black. So anyway, if you want to help build Blacktown or whatever we're going to call it, let us know. You know, we're looking for people who are interested. That it's not even on the market yet. We're getting ready to list them once the CAD designs are done. And, you know, people can call up and go down there and see how it's going to go down. Amazing opportunity. All right. The other thing we wanted to holler at y'all about before we get out of here, because I do want to see the last part of this game. Do we have any other questions? Maybe?
Nah, we can go to the rest of it.
All right, I think we're in the shot with the other one, but that's cool. All right, no other commercials. All right, well, if that's it, I think we hit all points tonight, man. We broke down the secrets of the real estate game. We realized and actualized the value. I was gonna talk about the pad split tour, but I wanna wait till we come back on that one. I'm gonna put everything out in the street. Told y'all about the Knowledge Drop tour and told y'all about Blacktown, USA. So yeah, I think we good. We hit all points. Listen to Wealth Wednesdays, right here. Oh yeah, so this deal at the Juneteenth. I want y'all to really listen to this Juneteenth joint. We're gonna load it up tonight on the YouTube. So if you're notified, like and subscribe on the YouTube. This talk that we gave live from Centennial Olympic Park in Atlanta, Juneteenth, crazy. I mean, there's some snippets of it on the Fed book, but it's nuts. It's really crazy. It's a lot that's in there that needs to be unpacked. So want to get some feedback from y'all about the Juneteenth speech. Big shouts out to my man Brad, Black Wealth Studios, Black Wealth Films. He organized the festival. He does it every year. This is his 9th year. It was dope. It was a dope experience. I didn't know how it was gonna go down with the COVID. I ate something, man. You're not supposed to eat street food, man. I ate some street food, gave me the bubble guts. Yikes. But other than that, man, we met a lot of people that we hadn't seen in a long time. So it was cool. It was good to be out. Fast shouts to the homie Arthur Quarterman. Yo, fast shouts to my man Wah from the Rough Riders. That was crazy. So Umar Johnson, and I know I'll be clowning Umar, but yo, he actually dropped some super bombs. I was like, whoa, King Kong of consciousness. Yikes. He dropped some bombs. So, and I even put some of his talk on the YouTube, so y'all can check that out too. But Wah came out, he was standing like right in front of us, the whole Rough Riders crew, man. And I was like, yo, what's Wah doing here? And I was like, yeah, Wah lives in Stone Mountain, which is how Swiss Beats, when he got in trouble, they sent him down here to Stone Mountain, and he finished his high school here, and then went to Clark or whatever for a minute, and then went back to New York, started making beats for X. So I got a chance to catch up with Wah. It was dope, man. It was like a lot of people was out there. A lot of people was in the scene, man. So, you know, dope event to the homie. Brad Lewis. So I see you, man. I see what you're doing. Big shouts out to brother Michael Imhotep. He flew down from Detroit. He laid his thing down. There were some other people out here that did their thing. So we got a chance to meet a brother named T.J. Lawton or something like that. A lot of people were involved, man. So big shouts to all of that effort for everybody doing anything at the Juneteenth. All right. Hopefully next year we could be asked to be a part of it again, and we could get all the speakers and the artists on the main stage. So I think the whole conversion between the artistic and the oratory was a dope move. So something to consider, something to look into. But anyway, I'm gonna get this thing loaded up tonight on the YouTube. Check it out. A lot of information was unpacked in that. Want to get some feedback from y'all. And we getting ready for this knowledge drop tour. We're gonna sit down, get in the lab, organize these thoughts, put them on the whiteboard, and take the show on the road. So I'm excited to be able to get in front of y'all, slinging some cotton, slinging some knowledge, slinging some information, and just trying to get our people in a better situation, man. We have to do exactly what Norma said tonight. We have to realize the potential of all of this. We're not realizing the whole pie. We just settling for just having one thing going on. You don't have to have one thing, man. Who told you gotta have one thing happening all the time? Who told you could just do an Airbnb? Like, we just don't do. People were introducing themselves. Hi, I'm such and such. I do Airbnb. No, you don't. You're leveraging an opportunity for your future. You don't do Airbnb. Somebody else does Airbnb. That's their idea, right? Your idea is to leverage what you have. Even if you don't have it, this kills me. People be like, yo, Dr. Anderson, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the land yet. Stop it. Stop talking like that. Yo, Chikara's not talking crazy. And dude that's shooting these threes, the Ice Trey ain't talking crazy either. These folks is focused on what they got to do. So if you don't own land, we just showed y'all tonight how to leverage other people's assets and make $1 million. You don't got to own land to make $1 million. But when you make $1 million, you need to own land, right? You need to own land so that you don't have to work. And that's how that's why you have to develop the cash flow. You don't want to go buy somebody else's headache, especially right now. These builders that have built these multifamilies are antiquated headaches. There's a new way to build. There's all kind of sustainable products that's coming to market. Smart houses with hempcrete being printed on digital 3D printers. Like, you don't got to do all this stuff that these people have done that's 100 years old, and now they're selling it to you. Now you're going to waste all your money trying to maintain something that's old and decrepit. Come on, man. And that's totally inefficient. And when infrastructure is inefficient, you know what you do? You got to pay the utility company. You can't even not pay the utility company, because the infrastructure is decrepit. So now you got to spend money on being able to, do these things. And it's like, you got to spend more money to do those things. And everything is old, it's antiquated. And it's like, stuff is burning up. So you don't want to have to do that. So to avoid that, you want to be able to develop your opportunity. You want to develop your opportunity to make that happen. So anyway, I say that to say, we're about to get out of here. It's that time. Get the game on and see what's going on. If you got any questions, DM me. I'm the Entrepreneur Negro on the Instagram. What happened?
What did you say your name was?
The Entrepreneur Negro. This dude's laughing. He don't understand. The Entree Pro Negro. Yeah, there's science behind that.
No, man, I'm just saying.
It's all good. Look it up. It's actually a word that I'm submitting into Merriam-Webster, and it actually got accepted.
What is it?
The Entrepreneur Negro. Entrepreneur is a French word of Anglo-Saxon descent, and the root word means one who assumes the right to a business and or enterprise. So when you go to Merriam-Webster and you type in entrepreneur, right? It's noun. It's a French or Anglo-Saxon origin, French word, and the definition is one who assumes the risk of a business and or enterprise. That is the definition of entrepreneur, right? So in essence, when people ask you what you're doing, hey, I'm a real estate entrepreneur, right? Well, you're black. There's nothing Anglo-Saxon about you. No knock to my Anglo-Saxon brothers and sisters, right? But you can identify with a word that is a noun that describes someone of Anglo-Saxon origin. It just does not fit, right? So it doesn't. And so furthermore, when we get into the definition of one who assumes, this is the definition of entrepreneur, one who assumes the risk of a business and or enterprise, that statement in itself is racist because it would assume that you have the capital already to assume the risk of a business and or an enterprise. So they're already assuming that you have the financing in place, that you have the wherewithal and capacity, you have the contacts, you have the connections, you have the business plan, you have the team. Now, how do my people play that game on that level when economic injustices, redlining, PPP loans, predatory loans, all these other types of loans, mortgages, and amortization schedules that don't have any principal going to principal until the 26th year? It's racism and white supremacy on an economic level that we can't even fight on because we don't even know what's happening to us. So I propose we need a new word. That word need be a noun, and its origin, when you look at this, it says ebonics, right? That's what this is, it's ebonics, right? Its origin is the street. Entree, taken from entrepreneur, right? Pro, why? Because black people need a product. George Fraser said we need a product so bad that even if we have to take a piece of plastic, take a dump in it, and zip it up and put a barcode on it and sell it, we need to use the natural resources in our body to create a product. So entree, taken from entrepreneur, pro, for product, Negro. People with burnt faces, land of Kemet. The definition, entrepreneur, one who creates opportunity when one does not exist. That is the definition that was sent to Merriam-Webster to rework the definition of entrepreneur, which I do not accept because I do not reflect an Anglo-Saxon of French origin that assumes that he can assume the risk of a business or enterprise. That hasn't been my entrepreneurial walk.
Isn't Anglo-Saxon the code, like the understanding behind it, and like the religious belief based off of African belief system as well?
All of these systems
are
based off of an Akibulan system.
So if that's the case, then isn't it really entrepreneur? Isn't it really just a representation of that African expression?
I have come to a point in my life where the stuff that I'm doing can't be influenced by other cultures. I've gotta dictate what it is and how it's gonna go down.
I always felt like Negroes was the one to depict anybody's culture because all other cultures are based off art.
Yeah,
So
we just have to define who we are.
valid.
You don't define who you are, someone else is gonna define who you are for you.
Leading to entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
There you go.
Anyway, not to get all deep, my brother, King Kong of Consciousness, my brother, Otep 3 times 15X, brother.
I ain't gotta be King Kong. I gotta be King.
That's how he introduced himself. He paid somebody to come on the stage, a representative from South Fulton, to say that he coming up to the stage is the King Kong of Consciousness. I didn't know if I should laugh or I didn't know if I should be like, for real? I didn't know how to respond. I was just like, wow.
Umar was here for real?
It's on the internet, man.
I'm looking at it.
What do you mean?
I'm mad at
I'm making this up. I'm making this up
I'm just mad at
now.
Mr. Person.
So Wild wasn't here either, right?
Nah.
Why and the Rough Riders, they just magically appeared too.
I just wish I put my
It's all on the Facebook. It's all there. Go to Facebook. You can see it. Matter of fact, when you're looking at me, because my team was out there. Fast shouts to Arthur Quarterman. Fast shouts out to the whole real estate and group partners crew. Why is standing right in front of us while I'm recording and everybody got their umbrellas up. Umar. And Umar actually did a great job. I can't even knock anything he was talking about. Umar, I'm very impressed, Mr. Johnson.
No,
Dope.
after you said it, that was
But anyway, that's it. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna go watch the game. We won't see y'all next week. We'll see y'all the week after. We're not going anywhere. We just, we're done with this 13-week installment. And this 13-week installment is actually longer than 13 weeks. But we got it done. So installment 5, when we come online with it, hopefully we'll have the switchers, the green screen, and all this type of stuff. We got these black magics. I'm excited about that. Now we got to take some time to figure out how to learn how to use them. So I might come online just as a test for next week on these cameras. So we can work out these switchers and see how things are going. But the volume 5 will definitely look different from volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trust me on that. The 13 weeks coming up on volume 5 will be clean as a whistle, lower thirds, sponsorship opportunities, switchers, different angles, presentations. It'll be incredible, man. So show's growing. We're investing money in it, and I'm just glad that y'all are able to grow with us on this. Radio show's growing too. So there's people coming on board. There's a lot of talk about Blackonomics going into almost 25 markets, coming back online. So the platform is out of control. So I'm excited about it. And let us know if you want to move to Blacktown, USA. We're open. 888-755-5105. If you need assistance trying to realize the actualized value of your land, give the office a call. Like I said, there was a gentleman that called on the radio, and he's out in South Carolina, in Seabrook, South Carolina. 10 acres, middle of nowhere. And we're going to come up and drive out there and walk the land and give him some plans. So there's things happening, and you guys need to be a part of it. So actualize the real value, develop the land, force it to cash flow. We'll go from there. See y'all next week. Or not next week. See y'all next time. Peace.
for winning.